Zooming in on the Netherlands, do you know what makes us stand out? Even though we operate on a small surface, we do so with big ambitions. That's why it should come as no surprise that some of the leading and impactful companies and organizations can be found right here. But where did it all start? Tilburg University and Iconic believe that entrepreneurial students have the answers for today's societal changes. What it takes is bright and daring students to truly make a difference. In collaboration with Soapbox, we offer these students a platform to present their innovative and game-changing ideas to the world. And it doesn't stop there. We have the perfect stage for them. Welcome to the 2022 edition of the Tilburg University Challenge. Let the battle begin.
Hi, good afternoon, welcome. So wonderful to see you all here gathered at Tilburg University, and welcome to you all wherever you are in the world joining us via the live stream. Welcome at the Tilburg University Challenge. My name is Simone van Trier, and I'm really honored to be your host here this afternoon. And you all know that students here at Tilburg University, of course, they get educated. And that's not only by following and taking their courses. No, they are really challenged and stimulated to develop some kind of entrepreneurial mindset. That means that they are stimulated to create, that they are stimulated to innovate. And that's exactly what they have been doing during this year's competition. They challenged themselves to come up with great ideas. They have challenged each other, and they have not only come up with great ideas, they also have tried to translate those ideas to solid business plans. And we, this afternoon, are going to witness what they made out of all that. It has been quite a journey, because you know how many teams did participate this year? Anyone has any clue? 50. 50. 50 teams, which is a great number. And they started working more than 4 months ago, so they really showed their dedication. And they joined workshops, they went to speed dating events, they got very valuable feedback from partners and experts from inside and outside the university. And now, there we are, July 7, 2028, and only 12 finalists we've got. There are 38 who really did a great job, and maybe we will see them next year. But this year, we only have those 12 finalists. And before we will jump into the competition of this year, and we will find out who the winner is this year, I would like to give the floor to, and we are delighted to have him with us here today, the president of Tilburg University, Wim van der Donk. Please step forward.
Simone, good to see you again, because always the case when we meet, it's about entrepreneurial ideas, about new ideas, about the future of economy, the responsibility we have for major societal challenges that, of course, cannot be attacked and let alone solved without the spirit of new ideas. That's also, I would say, the soul of our university. Weaving minds and characters, that's title of the strategy of this university, and in that strategy we go back to where this university came from. And nearly a century ago it was founded by founding fathers at that time. These days we miss the founding mothers, I would say, but I see that won't be a problem for the next 100 years. With the idea that, you know, entrepreneurship is an idea, is a set of skills, but it's also fed by good ideas. And good ideas are, of course, inspired by education. And education, weaving minds and characters, that is not closed within the pillars we know from history. Of course, disciplines are very important. They remain very important. Accountancy, finance, and so on. You know, all these disciplines are here and here to stay. But, as we have said in our strategy, when disciplines are, transformed into kind of comfort zones and limiting people to have ideas from other disciplines, for instance, neuropsychologists that are working together with people from computing science or logistics, then we miss opportunities to really have really new ideas. And that's a serious thing, because that is not happening just by incidence. You know, even, perhaps the notion of serendipity, that you are finding something that you were not looking for. I can, I'm not an expert in the field, but I can imagine that many of the successful business ideas that actually have given us interesting and large companies are products of serendipity. And serendipity cannot be organized in a way, but it can be stimulated by indeed having people from different fields coming together, working together. And we know that most of these people also tend to be inspired by what is the challenge in society out there. Just an idea can be very useful and very fruitful indeed, but it can be fulfilled with wings, that these ideas that go fly in society, when you are exactly already a little bit thinking about why should this be an idea that serves society. And that's the second element that we, I think, as a university, think is very important. We feel responsibility for the things that are going on in the world. Take, for instance, the people in our Zero Hunger Lab, which will always be a Zero Poverty Lab, where we use the best minds in data science in order to rethink the notion of organizing humanitarian aid. That's a kind of entrepreneurial spirit that is intrinsically motivated, I think, by good scholars. So thank you all very much, the organization, the jury. I don't envy you again in this great challenge. I think that is a very, very valuable tradition in order to give that abstract notion of creativity and entrepreneurship very concrete manifestations. So we are very proud that you engaged. It's an adventure. I welcome the Deputy Commissioner of the King in North Brabant, which is intrinsically a very innovative and creative and entrepreneurial province. So welcome, Martijn. And that's for me not the reason just to talk on now, but to give you the opportunity to really start. Because I can imagine that you are thrilled to learn in the end of this afternoon what really will be the outcome. But let me say first and foremost that we have so much admiration for all those teams, all these 50, that dare to come on the podium. That already is very entrepreneurial. And of course, the logic of the game is that there can be only some winners, and there is a jury logic that will, of course, influence this process with wisdom. So listen very carefully for what their arguments are, what their motivation is to pick up some ideas more than others, because this is also about learning. This is about competition, yes, a little bit also for fun, but competition in a university is always meant to learn. A lot of fun this afternoon too. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Wim van der Donk, President of the Tilburg University. Just checking this with you. Do you think, finalists, this is fun? Oh, great. I'm happy. I'm delighted, because I know that you are quite nervous, but this is the good spirit. And then Wim van der Donk is so right to say, of course, this is about learning, but also about fun. And then we have Edward van der Pol with us, Director Knowledge Transfer Office, Tilburg University. And we do need you now to have an introduction to this afternoon, Edward, but at the end, even more, because you will be the one who will be revealing the winners in the different categories.
Very exciting. Is there? Thank you. That's very excited. Also from the iconic entrepreneurship program of Tilburg University, a big shout out to you all. We're very delighted you are all here. And it's great to see you all here at the third edition of the Tilburg University Challenge. Wim already addressed how important entrepreneurship is at this beautiful university and in today's society. Iconic is here to guide you along the way, to inspire, motivate, empower, connect, and share our knowledge with you. Last week, we celebrated the 15th anniversary of our Tilburg University Incubator. And we also announced then that we will expand with a second incubator in the Tilburg Spoorzone in the near future. So it's growing. Entrepreneurship is growing at this university and beyond. Today, you are here for the grand finale of the third Tilburg University Challenge. A challenge where it's about curious, caring, connected, and courageous. And no coincidence, these are exact the core values of our university. And especially to the student teams, I think you're all there, courageous is what you are. You had the courage 4 months ago to stand up with a bright idea besides your busy study and explore how you could bring that idea to life. Yeah, I see everybody, yes? All right, as many as 50 teams participate in this edition of the Tilburg University Challenge. And of course, the Iconic team is very proud of that. You, as highly appreciated business partners, they're also here in the audience, have coached, advised, and assisted those teams in optimizing their idea and pitch along the way. 20 partners are involved in this edition of the Tilburg University Challenge. Wim already mentioned it, but I would also like to express my great appreciation to you. And then today, in the grand finale, we see the results with pitches from the top 12 teams, and the jury will choose the winners from the finalists. But remember, all participants are winners here. You are the innovators who provide tomorrow's solutions to society challenges. We have great respect for your creativity, your courage, and perseverance. You are the impact startups of the future. We hope many of you will continue with your idea and prototype to develop it into a real startup. Of course, Iconic is here to guide you along that way. We hope also to inspire other students and invite them to join the next Tilburg University Challenge, which will take place in next year's spring. But now, I can't wait to see you compete in this competition in this afternoon and to hear from the jury who are going to be the winners of 3 categories. See you later again at the award ceremony and have a lot of fun this afternoon.
Wow, thank you. Thank you, Edward. I hope everything goes well via the live stream, that technique is working well and that you have a clear sound and a clear view, because we are going to start in a moment from now. But if we look at today's final asset, there are 2 categories. We have, first of all, the Ideation Award and the Business Ready Award. If you scan your QR code at the back of your badge, have you seen your badge? At the back of it, there's a QR code. If you scan it, you will have access to the program booklet and you will find all detailed information, not only about the bright ideas, but also about the members of the jury. And in the ideation category, for those who are not familiar with it yet, teams are still at the beginning of their entrepreneurial journey. That means that they may have had everything worked out in their head, but now they really sat down and they tried to write down their plans and, of course, they validated their ideas. That's what the ideation category is all about. Then secondly, we have the Business Ready Award. Well, that means that the teams have already been working on a prototype or a service or an app or a website. They validated their ideas, they are in a startup phase or they are very near to that point. And then finally, there is a final award, which we are going to hand out today, and that of course is the Audience Award. So that's up to you, here in the room. That means that in a minute we will start seeing all pitches, and after we have seen them all, meaning the 12 in both categories, you will have only 1 vote to give to your favorite. And that, dear ladies and gentlemen, is a valuable one, because the winner of the Audience Award will receive 500 euros. Yeah. Yeah, oh, I see you already. Yeah, 500 euros. Yes, to invest in the startup, okay? So not just 500 euros, it is really directed to a certain point. So, are we ready to start with the first category, the Ideation Award. Finalists, are you ready? Sure? Then I'm going to introduce the jury. May I ask you to step up, and then I'm going to introduce the jury to you. Wonderful. Hi there. So, you took books and pencils with you, so yes. And I know that you were very well informed already before entering this room. I will maybe start with the chair of our jury, Dirk van den Berg. Please, I would like you to introduce yourself briefly and also to tell us what you will be focusing on once listening to the different pitches. Yes. So maybe to start with you, Dirk.
Yes, hello, my name is Dirk van den Berg. I work at the Tilburg University at Iconic and the Knowledge Transfer Office. And on a daily basis, I see students and researchers making impact. Yeah. And we are a university that focuses on understanding society, which means I will be asking my judges to focus on the ESGs, environmental, social and government aspects, because we want to make a real impact in today's society.
Great. Wonderful. And you have an important task today, because you will be chair of both of the juries. Yeah. Johan, welcome, Johan Ringeling from Interpolis.
Thank you. My name is Johan Ringeling. I work at Interpolis, one of the biggest buildings here in Tilburg. Maybe you cycled by it someday. Yeah. I'm an innovation manager at Interpolis, and we try to innovate to help people prevent damage from not using their insurance at all. So I'm trying to destroy my own business. And I will be focusing on which target group are you aiming at, what kind of problem are you solving for your target group, and how did you test your ideas?
Is that okay? Okay,
so
great.
Very challenging.
Bart Hollands, welcome to you. It's great to have you with us as well from the Ministry of Defense.
Yes, I'm very glad to be here. I work for the Ministry of Defense as an innovation strategist, and in contrary to what Interpolis is doing, we usually cause damage. But I do have to say that, of course, safety in society has become a very big challenge for us in the past. I will not go into a political discussion here, but that will also be my angle. At the Ministry of Defense and at the Royal Netherlands Army, where I work, societal challenges are always in sight. And that's what I will be focusing on, what the societal impact and the social impact of your innovations will be. I'm very excited to be here, looking forward to judge them.
And it's great to have you. So great that you were able to make it. Brigitte van Dijk, wonderful to have you from the Brabantse Ontwikkelingsmaatschappij, Development Agency for the province of Noord-Brabant.
Yeah, thank you very much. My name is Brigitte van Dijk. I'm the CEO of the BOM, the Brabantse Ontwikkelingsmaatschappij, which is the development agency for the province of Noord-Brabant, and which is the second regional economy in the Netherlands. Now, our aim is to really keep at least this position by strengthening our economy in a very future-proof manner. We do so by investing, so we're one of the largest venture capitalists here in the region, but also in the Netherlands. We globalize, so we bring companies abroad or bring foreign companies to Noord-Brabant. And thirdly, we develop. So we develop ecosystems, but also we develop businesses. Yeah. And all these competences are then dedicated to societal change, of course, and our societal challenges. At the heart of this is innovation and entrepreneurship. And I'm super glad and honored to be part of the jury. And we will certainly look at what sets this invention or innovation apart from others. How unique is it? And also what is the prosperity of this innovation?
Wonderful. It's great to have you, Brigitte, with us. Wonderful. And then finally, Sjaak Spreeuw from the National Police.
Yes, hello. My name is Sjaak Spreeuw. I'm one of the strategic advisors at the innovation team of the National Police. And, my focus is what can we use in the wide area of safety domain, more generalistic, what's finding we in the outside world, and we can use in our organization or other organization which are in the safety domain.
Great. Wonderful. Are you ready, jury? Yes, Chair?
Yes, I would like to add a final word, because, and a word to all the contestants. We are not the enemy. We are here to help you. So whatever advice you get from us, from all the experts, please do something with it. And most likely you will be attending a lot of events like this in the future, to presenting, whether it's at a contest or just in the elevator where you have to do the elevator pitch. Take every advice as something serious. So we're
and positive.
Exactly.
It's almost a disclaimer at the start of this event, what you are bringing up here, Dirk. Yeah, great. Now, without further ado, let's start with the first pitch, and which is, and I'm going to introduce them, and then, oh yes, I forgot to tell you, all pitches, they have 1 minute time. The clock will be running, and at the end, after time is up, because the students, they won't see it, because they will be addressing their pitches to the jury and to you, but then there is a terrible noise after 1 minute. So then everybody knows that minute is up. Yeah. Okay. First team up. It's up to you. Eternal Books. Please come on stage.
When I first started university, I couldn't afford my first year mandatory books, and like me, many other students, because only one book can be up to 80 euros, only one. Eternal's book purpose is to solve this problem. We want to make books affordable for each and every student. How are we going to do this? We want to implement a sustainable renting system for books. First, we make a stock of books. Then we rent them for only 35% of the actual price for up to 1 semester. After we receive the books back, the students will gain access to the books they need for the next semester. And so we shall repeat the process over and over again. Why use a book only once? The difference between us and the library is that we will provide books for everybody, while the library has about one book for 300 students. With us, students can win up to.
Finalize your sentence, please.
Thank you very much.
Oh, well, great. You did great. Thank you so much. Eternal Books. Wonderful. Yes. Oh, only a minute. It is so short. It is so short. And now, Team Focus. You are up. Are you ready? Take the floor. Team Focus.
Hello everyone, I'm Anita, and I wonder how many of you have ever spent a day studying or working only to realize an hour in you were just looking at funny cat pictures on the internet? Raise your hands. I certainly have. Well, you're not the only ones with this problem. As you can see, there are many distractions in your working life, and oh no, the buttons. But we created a solution, okay? We created an application which directly measures from your brain when you are optimally engaged in what you're doing. We do this with a headset that is connected to your forehead. We developed this during a hackathon, and we actually had an award for this. And it tells you when to, focus. So next time, when you find yourself mindlessly browsing the internet, think of us and focus. Thank you very much.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you. You even did not need a minute. That's great. Thank you. Yeah. So then we continue from Focus. We will go to Team Medic. Team Medic, the stage is yours.
Each day, someone dies from the aid provided too late or the lack of medical supplies. Moreover, acquiring medicine by suburban citizens is a costly, effortful, and time-consuming process. With the speed and beyond-reach turn accessibility of the drones, we can save more lives and make them more convenient. Globally, cardiac arrest claims more lives than colorectal, breast and prostate cancers, influenza, pneumonia, car accidents, HIV, firearms and house fires combined. Instead of disposing 313 IEDs over an area of 35 square kilometers, we can reach the same level of safety with just one medic drone equipped with an IED and integrated into 112 system. With our last mile medicine delivery service, we will revolutionize the market by providing a sustainable solution which reduces the distribution time and cuts the cost of labor. Spread the word and help medics save the first life.
Wow. Thank you so much. Team Medic, that was great. Spread the news. That was what you asked us to do, yes. And then we continue with Team Mentor.
Have you ever had struggles with a certain subject in high school? And if so, did your parents have the money to pay for extra tutoring or extra help? Well, in this country, in the Netherlands, there are per classroom, per high school, 2 children who do not get the same opportunities as their peers because their parents do not have the same amount of means than the others. And we thought that's not fair. So what we set out to do is we want to build on peer tutoring, which is a system that where a profound student or an expert student teaches a student that is less proficient in a certain subject. And in exchange for that, he gets a rate by the school and thereby internalizing the tutoring process and taking away the cost from the parent. Now, however great this sounds, there are still many inconveniences like invoicing fraud, poor structure, a general lack of structure. So with Mentor, we want to create a web app that will smoothen out this process and allow schools to implement this system all over the world.
Wow. Well done. You did great. Well, one can tell a lot in a minute, huh? If you hear this. From Mentor, we will go to the team You Feel Me. Please take the stage.
Loneliness. All of us might have experienced it at some point in our lives. But did you know that 48% of young adults, especially those between the ages of 18 and 24, are the most lonely out of all age groups? They feel disconnected from themselves and others, and changes in current technology and social media are simply reinforcing these feelings and symptoms. The solution to this is You Feel Me, an online and offline AI algorithm-powered platform that connects people based on shared feelings and interests, allowing them to express their inner selves and match with like-minded people in a simple, effective, and meaningful manner. Fill out your thoughts, hobbies, and feelings first, see how many others are feeling the same, and then let our system connect you with those who actually matter. You Feel Me connects people with each other and combats loneliness to promote happiness, because feeling good comes from within. Thank you.
Wow, well done. Feeling well comes from within. What a beautiful sentences in all these pictures. Wonderful. Then we continue. We already had 5, only 3 to go. Team, welcome abroad. Take the stage. It's yours. Hi there.
As international students, when we first arrived, we felt completely lost.
Like, how do you sign up for a huisarts? What is that blaring alarm every month? And what even is ideal?
We conducted a survey with other international students, and it turns out that 80% did not feel very supported when they first arrived.
As we're all here part of the very international Tilburg University, I'm sure many of you are internationals yourselves or have international friends. Therefore, we want to make sure that no one has to feel the way that we felt when we first arrived.
Our service, Welcome Abroad, is an onboarding program for international students to help them arrive, settle, and integrate. We will support the internationals cover the basics upon arrival, getting to know their new culture, and forming long-lasting relationships.
Join us in making everyone feel welcome abroad.
Wow. Onboarding students. Well, greatly done. Yes, welcome abroad. And from welcome abroad, we will continue our tour to the team of WePad. Please take the floor.
Imagine you are walking through a forest. How do you feel? Now imagine you are sitting in an office after 8 hours long day. How do you feel? What if I told you that we can bring your walk through the forest to your own desk? Ladies and gentlemen, please let me introduce you the WePad, a walking pad imitating the natural soil, creating your own walking through the nature experience anywhere, anytime. In addition, being fully recyclable. WePad keeps you active and by an increased blood flow improves your focus, performance, and relaxation effortlessly. So if you want to move on from the static way of lifestyle, join us on this journey and walk your way for the day. Thank you.
Well done. Thank you so much, WePad.
And during the after party, you can see our soil prototype. Left table, first left table.
Now she knows how to take the floor, doesn't she? Wonderful, from WePad. And then finally, last but not least, our final team, Zee Arend. Floor is yours.
So, 5 months ago, I went to a great party. But when I went home and I took my bike, I saw there a man smashing a woman on her face, just randomly in the Koval here in Tilburg. The man ran away. I took the girl safe home and talked with her about what happened. And she felt really unsafe. And she's not the only one. 40% in the Netherlands feels unsafe sometimes. And I want to do something about it. It's my passion since that day. I'm from Zee Arend, and I have a digital solution where you shout a code word, and from there on, family and friends get live video, live location, and the opportunity to call the police and inform people with the application nearby the thing that happened. Then, this should provide faster help, feeling more safe, more evidence for justice, and preventive, because the number of attacks and assaults should reduce from there. The question is, guys, do you want to fly with me to a safer place?
Oh, great. Well done. Well done. So, jury, how... Yeah, it's finished. We know. So, how are you doing? I mean, this was kind of roller coaster, so diverse. Yeah, and sometimes I saw Jacques from the police, like, oh, wow, great. And then I saw the defense, and then I saw you from the regional development organization with all those international people, all those expats in this region. So it was great. And Interpolis, well, you knew them all. And I know, and ladies and gentlemen, for you as well, it's important to know that the jury has, of course, some extra information about the backgrounds of all these beautiful projects, because it is almost impossible to judge only on this 1 minute pitch. So, but this pitch can make the difference, I can imagine, because you did your homework and you did study already on forehand. So we will see what happens. So I'm going to send you out, do your work. That's what you came here for. And then once you have found out who are the 3 teams who can continue and who will have some Q&A, then you will be back. Because that's what the second phase will all be about. So from these 8 finalists in the ideation category, there will only 3 left at the end, and they will all have a Q&A session with the jury for 5 minutes each. So that is what's going to happen. Let's now go. You will stay, chair of the jury. That's great. I'm going to introduce the business ready jury, because we immediately continue with the 4 final finalists. And I'm going to invite the four of you kindly here to step on stage and then introduce you. Great, great, great. Welcome. Ralph Daggers from Midpoint. Yes. Please take the microphone and tell us who you are, yes, what Midpoint is about, and what you will be focusing on.
My name is Ralph Daggers. I'm the program director of Midpoint Brabant. Of course, we develop the region economy. We develop ecosystems, but most for we develop the next economy, this new business. And we focus on the problem-solution fit, of course, but also on the business building side. That is, how do you accelerate your model? That's
wonderful. It. Well, thank you. And then Lilian Dame, welcome. Thank you for being with us here this afternoon from the Rabobank in Tilburg.
Yes, welcome. I am Lilian Dame and I'm the CEO of Rabobank in this region. We serve more than 50,000 entrepreneurs with knowledge, money, but also ecosystem and knowledge. And what we see is that entrepreneurship, for me, is really the source for innovation. And innovation is key. It's not only important for economic growth or for the entrepreneur itself. We see that it's very important for the region to grow more sustainable and more inclusive. Yeah. So when I look at this audience and when I see the pitches, I'm very happy because you are the future. Yeah. And for us, it's very important. You're sort of like a breeding ground for this region to make it more sustainable and more inclusive. So I'm very glad to be here. And therefore, I will be watching at what's your impact? Social, economic, what's your impact? And secondly, I will look, is it feasible? Can you make really a business out of it? And the third thing I will look at is your passion, because entrepreneurship is not only climbing up all the time, it's also falling down and then have the passion and the courage to go on. Yeah. So that's why I'm looking
strengths. Hey, and tell us, because you know this. Once people have good ideas, money is never the problem, is it?
Well, for me, I'm a bank. So people always come to me and to my colleagues who are also here for money.
Yeah.
But after 5 minutes, it's always not about money. Yeah. Okay, you need it, but first you need your customers. Yeah. You need your organization. And nowadays, today, well, labor.
Yeah. But once you have all that in place, then money is not the problem.
No, it's not.
Wonderful.
It's not.
Harald Elissen, it's so great to have you as well with us here from BDO.
Yes, thank you. My name is Harold. Indeed, I'm from BDO. BDO is a large audit, finance and consultancy firm, active both nationally but also internationally in more than 160 countries. Delighted to be here together with the other jury members. As you will understand, I will take a close look to the finance elements in the business plans. My job over here, but also from BDO, is to share our knowledge. And we did that with a finance workshop a couple of weeks ago, and we found out, well, to be honest, it's necessary to give them some knowledge about the finance paragraph of the business plan, as you have mentioned during the workshop as well. Personally, I want to add one remark as well. I really like the fact that all those students, most of them, really show a social responsibility, that it is important, and that's one thing which, well, maybe it's not one of a normal thing that BDO is connected with, but we do find that very important more than ever, because I think that's the, an important role we all have nowadays. So it's great to see that you will have that, that you have that social responsibility.
Okay.
Social responsibility already within yourself.
Yeah.
So that's great.
And finance. Okay. Great, Harold, to have you. And then finally, Martijn van Grijthuizen, welcome, Regional Minister from the province of North Brabant. Great to have you, and I know you're delighted that there are so many entrepreneurial young people in the province.
Exactly, Simone. Great to see you. We opened Data Week last week together, so it's great to see you again here. And I'm glad to be back on the university ground of Tilburg University. And exactly, I'm a regional minister of economic affairs, finance, innovation and talent development. And well, then it's of course that I'm very proud of all the incubators, startups, challenges, programs, because we as North Brabant, well, Brigitte said we're the second economy, but I want to strive to become the first economy, of course, the innovation economy, the province in the Netherlands. And that's why we need those talents like are here today, entrepreneurial mindset. And that's not only for the financial or the business-like, but to find the best solutions for our societal challenges. That our inhabitants, young, old, new, really have a good life, good work environment, and that they stay here in a very pleasant way. So not only now, but as well in 10 years from now. And that's why we need the innovative ideas from these entrepreneurs in the future.
Exactly. Well, it's great to have you. Are you ready?
Yes.
Then I would like to invite you to fasten your seat belts because we are about to start, and you come and sit on the edge of your seats because we are ready for the final 4 teams in the second category, the business ready. And the first team we are going to meet, and I see she is ready. Are you ready? Then I would like to ask you to give a warm welcome to the first team, Mindful Sprint.
Have you ever picked up your phone to do something important and then end up on TikTok? Or take Instagram. An average user spends 73 minutes a day there, and it's only one platform. In the worst scenarios, mobile phone addiction can lead to procrastination, lower self-esteem, and depression. And you're simply wasting your life while someone is making money on you. I guess you have already tried to lower your screen time, but let's be honest, have you succeeded? As a social psychologist, I want to propose a solution. I have developed a training program that helps you lower smartphone procrastination and improve your well-being. It takes 21 days to develop new habits, and I believe that switching off your phone should be a routine, like brushing your teeth. With zero marketing budget, I have already conducted paid training. Now I want to publish it on an educational platform to make it accessible for people all over the world. I dream that people will live a healthier life in a modern digital world. Will you help me to use technology for better?
Oh, Zoya, well done. Yeah, relax. You did great, you did great. And from the Mindful Sprint, we move on to the team Coop.
We're Coop, and we're bringing mobility to the barbershop industry. Our mission is to provide a haircut to customers anywhere and anytime. Why are we doing this? Most clients, why are we doing this? I don't know, yeah. There's a growing appetite for on-demand services, and we can see this by the growth of Gorilla, Flink, Swap Feeds, and barbershops are currently inflexible to meeting the demand that these new customers require. From a survey, we found that 38% of customers want their barbershop to be in a closer location, and this 64% of them want them to be within 15 minutes. How are we doing this? We're being a platform for connecting customers and their mobile barbers and their customers by building an app.
Just 2 more sentences. Yeah, we haven't seen it.
Yeah, so we're building the app and a mobile barbershop for both customers and barbers. Thank you.
All right.
Sorry.
Now, this ain't easy. To stand up here and just to reveal your plan within only 1 minute, which is 60 seconds only. But you did great, Team Coop. Yeah, thank you so much. And from Team Coop, we will continue with the soft skill movement. Take the floor.
Okay, I feel you. Okay, so from research we know that soft skills are the biggest predictors of employee performance. Many companies we've spoken to acknowledge this importance. However, especially small and medium-sized enterprises are finding it difficult to adequately test for soft skills during the hiring process due to a lack of budget, time, and knowledge. So what if I tell you that we, the soft skill movement, are developing a serious game to tackle exactly that problem? With 6 modules, we test for 6 different soft skills, enabling you to uncover the true skills of a candidate during the interview. With that, you're not only making sure that you get the best fit for your vacancy, but you also become more inclusive as a company and can increase your pool of potential candidates. Marina Consulting and Studentenhulp Scholieren have already expressed their interest to put our tool to the test. So I want to ask you, will you join the soft skill movement?
Thank you so much. That was okay, wasn't it? Yeah. Oh, you look so relieved and so happy now. Wonderful. Oh, this is our final pitch already. Are you ready, guys? Yeah. Now this is the team from the Shelter Project.
700,000. That's the number of people sleeping in the streets of Europe every night. This terrible situation is only getting worse, and severe poverty is affecting more and more people in our country. Hence, my partner and I began to think about solutions to help tackle this major issue and finally bring help to the homeless by identifying a 3-step process.
We want to do it by creating a digital platform, which is the first attempt to allow a private offering to express their willingness to help. Individuals will be able to make available on our platform any kind of shelter that would prevent someone from sleeping in the streets. We are glad to say that we are currently working with major stakeholders in the field, such as NGOs and government. We are currently working with the Belgian Ministry of Social Action.
There's so much to say about this exciting project, and if you'd like to learn more about it, visit our website. That would be the best way to support us.
Aha! Smart guys. Thank you so much. Well done. Yes, exactly. Take this QR. Why not? What a bright idea from them. Yes, jury. Oh, those were the 4. And from 4, we would like to go back to 2. So from the ideation, you remember we had 8 and we have to go back to 3. Now we have 4 in the business ready and we go back to 2. So, do you think you will be able to handle, to manage? What do you think, Chair?
I think, I'm looking at the members, but I think we can.
You can, yeah. Then I kindly invite you to go and deliberate on who will be the 2 for the next round, which will be Q&A for 5 minutes. So, you may go back to the jury room. Yes, yeah.
Yes, and you already addressed it, and I really like to confirm it. It's very, very, very good that you stand up, you go and stand here and do your thing. So you're already a winner.
Yeah, well, thank you. So congratulations to you all. Okay, you may step down. And then, Dirk, I will see you back with the 3 finalists for the Ideation Award first. So, I did announce that you, as well as an audience, have a very important task because the award, the Audience Award, will be chosen by you. So you all have 1 vote, and if you go to your QR code on the back of your badge or here to this one, you will be able, but please be aware of the fact that you only can vote once. So if you think I cannot choose, I do 2, and maybe you have not been able to remember them all. So I appreciate if I can just go and list them once more, because then you know exactly what it was all about. We started with eternal books. Due to the implementation of an environment-friendly system of passing study books between universities, study books will become more accessible and affordable for students again. That was eternal books all about. Then we had focus. Focus. With the innovation of a brain-computer interface-based learning system, it is possible to measure a student's productivity and optimize learning. Then we have MEDIC. MEDIC, the medicine delivery service provided by drones to people living in suburban areas, with the goal to make delivery more sustainable and accessible to the elderly and disabled patients. Then we had Mentor. The development of a peer-to-peer tutoring web app will allow schools to implement an equalizing tutoring method in order to decrease inequality in the education system. Do you remember You Feel Me, the pitch? That was a website as well as an app that allows people to connect and reveal their true selves through feelings in order to destroy diversity and create inclusivity. Then we had WePad, an innovative walking path imitating walking in nature in order to create a healthy workspace and encourage physical activity. The two women from Welcome Abroad we saw here on stage, they want to develop a program that helps internationals integrate into their new cities and give them a good start to live their life abroad. Zeearend, the application Zeearend will drastically lower the amount of assaults and stress level of people in unsafe situations. Those were the first category, the ideation. And then, finally, the four from the business ready. Soft skill movement. That was a gamified recruitment based on serious games. That will be the solution to match a company to the right job candidate and reduce hiring bias. Mindful Sprint, a training/workshop on how to use technology effectively and help people manage their time on social media and their phones better. The Shelter Project, that was the last one delivered here on stage. The shelter's mission is to connect public agencies, but also generous individuals ready to provide shelter in relations with people in need. And we had Coop, the barbershop as a platform company that offers barbers a way to become independent without the traditional upfront investment. Wow, those were the 12. Do you have a favorite? For sure, I guess you have one. And I think those people following us via the live stream, they also have been able, via the QR code, to deliver a vote, I assume. Is that so? Yeah? So, that is great. Then from here, before we close the voting, I would like to inform you about the prize package that the winner in the ideation category can win. It is not only a guidance by business developers of Tilburg University, it's also 2-month subscription to legal document provider HelloLex and 2,000 euros. 2,000 euros. Yeah. Oh, 2,000, yeah. Great. Okay, the voting will be soon closed. Let's count down together from 5, okay? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Closed. Okay, the audience award winner will be known, not by us now, but you have voted for it. Okay, then I wanted to proceed and continue to the Q&A session with the Ideation Award, but I'm missing the jury. The chair has not returned yet, so I think they have trouble. That's what I think. So maybe we have just a little break, waiting for the jury. Because that was what we were supposed to do. Are they still in a meeting? They need more time? They need 1 minute more. Okay. Well, then you can just talk with your neighbor. And you, at home, do not go away. It's too short time to have a coffee or a tea. You can do that later on, because they really are about to enter the room. So please stay with us. Join us still via the live stream. We are so curious. Oh, there they are. Welcome back. Please be seated on stage immediately. So, and? It was difficult. That's what they always say. But I believe you. Not easy at all, apparently. So, yeah, Sjaak, also take your seat. Dirk, as chair of the jury, I would suggest that maybe you will tell us the 3 finalists among who the winner will be. out of 8, you went back to 3.
Exactly.
So, are you ready over there? Because the team names will be mentioned now by the chair of the jury.
As I heard from the judges, because I wasn't there all the time, it was a difficult one, but we managed to get 3 finalists, so to say. I'm going to mention them in random order. The first one that will continue to the Q&A is focus.
Focus. Wow, the brain-computer interface.
Exactly. The second is zeearend. Seagull.
Woo! Zeearend. About the safety, the application drastically lowered the amount of assaults. Wow, okay. Zeearend, and then...
And the last one with a great social component is You Feel Me.
Oh, You Feel Me. Now, tell me, who would you like to see first on stage? It's up
I want
to
to
you.
see focus as first. So in the order that I mentioned, we're going to ask you to come up to the stage.
This is the full team. You are missing one. You are a team of 4, but it's the 3 of you. I would like to suggest that you address yourself to the jury and that you try to give all answers to the questions they will come up with. Okay, jury? Yes, please.
Shall I take the first question? Okay. Well, first of all, thank you so much. You had a great proposal and also a great pitch.
Thanks.
So to say, well on time, very strict and focused. So great. So we were instantly impressed and enthusiastic about this excellent idea. But then the question came, how? So is this actually technically feasible?
It is, and actually we have already developed a very, a prototype basically of the whole system. We developed it in 24 hours, so it can definitely be improved. But there is already something that is functioning, and it can, we tested a similar thing during our thesis actually, because we brought a similar project for our thesis, so we had some experiments with participants and a similar system. So it's definitely feasible and done.
I just wanted to add that for the 24-hour project, we already won an award at a BCI hackathon. So we also have a functional website where you can see your engagement already that refreshes every 10 seconds. So you have this dashboard, and we want to build on that. And also it's been validated with 30 participants, which we did within our thesis with the same engagement metric that we're using for our system now.
So then if you have a prototype, actually, where is it?
We need the EEG headset for that. It's in the lab. And we have the website. It's the link should be on our on our page for Tilburg University Challenge.
Okay. So actually what you're saying is that from an ideation phase, you have built a prototype, and so it's actually already a functioning system.
Yes, yes. On our Tilburg University Challenge page, we also have this ad video where you can see the prototype functioning.
Okay, interesting. Well then, actually, I would have suggested then also to show that on the
yeah, we had a bit of trouble with the slides.
Yes.
It was on the slides, but we couldn't work with it.
Okay, thank you.
So I have a more like a business question. If I want to buy this, what kind of money do I have to bring?
Right, so the most expensive part of the solution is the EEG headset. But we've been thinking about ways to do either subscription-based renting of headsets or even setting up focus rooms in universities or libraries where you can just reserve a slot, you sit down, get a device that you can use for your studying period and then use it. For the pricing itself, we wanted to stick around, what was it, 13 euros for an app that already exists?
Yeah, so we have $13.99 for a similar headset that just does meditation currently, and that's just for the software. So we thought if we also rent you the hardware, we would do something around 29 euros per month, and then we thought if we buy, say, we have 30,000 students in Tilburg, so we can get even 1% of them involved. So we buy 300 headsets, and the cheapest headset we have is about 200 euros. It's the Muse headset, and then we could recoup the costs of that in about 6 months. So we think that could be quite good.
So if I understand it correctly, you're aiming your target customers are students at universities.
Yes, that's what we would like to start with, but we also talked to some companies and we found that they also have these training programs in the beginning of work usually where they are also interested in something like focus, and also work times are getting more flexible now, and our app could tell you when the most productive times of a worker are, for example, so you should actually schedule your work around when you are most focused.
And how are you going to distribute your headsets? You're going to use your own bike, for instance, or something else?
So the idea is, for example, if it's like related to the university, we would sell them basically to the university, and then that would be catered towards the students. If it was a company, they would be sold to the company, and then like catered to the employees. Yes.
And the service components, my headset.
The headset
never finds me focused, which is really weird because I'm very, very focused.
Well, I mean, in general, that's the nice part about this whole system is that it's not. It will help figuring out better what's going on in your own brain, because that's something that we can assume, but of course it's always very something that we cannot know without seeing it.
A final question from me: what are you going to do with the money you're going to win?
Well, start the whole system, the whole.
Headsets.
Yeah, okay.
That's where we need to start. Get the first headsets so we can set up maybe. We talked to Mind Labs as well. They're getting a new building next to the library and the train station. So we could maybe set up a working station over there and test it with some students and get the first product running.
Nice. Thank you very much.
Thank you as well.
Well done. Congratulations. So, satisfied with the answers?
Impressive.
Yeah? Great. And then the second was...
Zeearend.
Secondly, Zeearend. Please step forward.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thanks.
All right. Not seeing the timer run yet, but I'll just start bombarding you with questions already. So now you have more time answering my questions. You gave a really inspiring pitch. You related your business idea to a personal experience. But my main question immediately was, does this experience also resonate in your target market? And what exactly is your target audience?
Mm-hmm. That's a great question, because I think at the end, for now, I started at the Ideation Challenge. I didn't know my target audience yet. I talked to a lot of people about the idea, and some things were very interesting. I think there could be some different target markets. For example, when you're getting bullied, you shout the code word, everything is evidence, and people can get help. When you feel alone, it gives you some safety on the streets. So I think it can be on multiple target audience put. But the most interesting, I think, is for people walking alone, feeling intimidated, feeling not safe, and are not able to get in getting help very fast.
All right, so let's focus on that last target audience that you mentioned. Also, we've seen it in the other pitch. Focus is very important. So if you pick a target audience, focus. Have you validated this idea? Is this target audience waiting for your app? Do they think they can benefit from it? Do you know this already? Have you tried this out, or?
Yes, I asked. I did talk with a lot of people also today with some partners who were also very enthusiastic. But the thing is, like, there are some same ideas like this one already in the market, which show that there is a lot of asking to this kind of applications. The thing is that I have like a slightly different version of the same, because I do it with a code word. You can shout via your headset or AirPods or whatever. And I not directly let you call the police, but I let your family and friends decide, does he need help? And they can also decide to other people who have the application passively, to connect them, to get you to help or help gathering evidence. And I think I differ from them in that way.
All right. I think I understand it better now. So thank you for your elaborate answer. That also immediately gives rise to new questions. So I'll just keep on going. How are you going to reach this community? Because it's a community-based app. So how are you going to convince not only the single user, but also all these other persons around this single user to also install the app? Why would my parents also use it?
Yeah, I think that's a good one. I also discussed it with, I forgot your name, but from the police in my 15 minutes, sorry. But yeah, he also gave me the tip, like try to reach out to podcasts focused on girls who don't feel safe and talk about their stories. But next to that, wait, have a second. So the podcast, but also I think it's interesting to go in contact with several partners from this challenge, because, for example, the province, they want a safer province, safer townships. So in getting in contact with Tilburg Township is also very important to validate the problem. And if we can maybe fix 1% of the problem is something to build on further. And I think we need to start really regional and look if there's space to go broadly.
All right, and then for one final question, just to bug you a little bit, I sense that you're still ideating as you answer the question. Yeah. It's a divergent story that you're telling, which I think is very interesting. What will be the next step for your business should you win this award? What is the next step in your plan?
Yeah, perfect. So I did this challenge to Ideation to just go for it and enjoy the journey. And now I'm on the point that because I'm still alone, I'm searching for partners to connect with me and do it just together. If in my best option, I would do it together with some partners. They have like people there in their companies, maybe with some knowledge. If we do it together, I think we can come really far just in a really small place here in Tilburg maybe to start. And that's what should be my next step, I think, to just find a good group to go together with.
Mm-hmm. Awesome, thank you. Don't go it alone. Yeah, very nice.
Thanks.
Then may I ask, because a partner, I'm wondering then who would be your ideal partner?
Yeah, for sure also the police, because I think we can support them really much.
Jacques Spreeuw is his name.
Jacques Spreeuw, I'm
Do
sorry.
not forget.
I'm really bad with names. But also I think it's interesting to the province, Tilburg Township, and the BOM, for example, which are very way ahead in innovative startups for the society. So that are partners I'm thinking about right now, but there are for sure more to talk about with. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you so very much. Thanks. Let's fly with you, Jay Arendt. Great, well done. Well done. And then, Chair, we have our final finalist, which is You Feel Me, isn't it?
Exactly, and due to really good pitch, can be said, we were triggered and to ask some more questions.
And here she is.
Hello.
Hello.
So first of all, thank you for joining us and congratulations with an excellent pitch.
Thank you.
I couldn't have done it any better myself, so I do a lot
of pitches. Thank you.
So your idea is about starting like a platform for people who feel lonely.
Yes.
How would you attract the customers to your platform?
Right.
Because there are a lot of platforms. There are a lot of dating apps or other apps which you can use.
That is true, and it's a nice question, of course, because loneliness is such a broad feeling. I think everyone has felt it at some point in their lives. And I've talked to a lot of people in my target group, especially people between 18 and 24, and I started with asking, do you know this app called You Feel Me? You just fill in however you feel, and your hobbies and your thoughts, and then you see how many others feel the same way. And almost all of them picked up their phone and said, how do I spell it once again? So in that way, I interpret You Feel Me as something that feels familiar and relatable and maybe catchy. So I think with a nice marketing strategy on already existing apps like Instagram, for example, or YouTube, wherever the target group is, I think that would work.
How much money would you need to expand? How many people do you need on your platform, do you think?
Yes, that's also a great question. I think the platform would need, I guess, a nice range of people to work. And I don't know how much money exact, but yes, I'm still working on that.
Okay.
Thinking about marketing strategies, my first step is to think of making a landing page as a false door test to see how many people would try to open the door before investing in, let's say, the MVP version of the app.
Well, Shakas also has a question for you.
All right.
Yes, I also have a question.
Yes.
Maybe not a nice one, but how do you not make a platform for loners?
Yes.
So there are lonely people, and well, if I'm lonely, maybe I don't like to go to a large group of lonely people.
Exactly. Yes. Once again, I think marketing is crucial with You Feel Me, and I'm not thinking of marketing it as a sad app. I don't think that's my vision for You Feel Me. It's for everyone, and I think that also connecting with people who are polar opposites and different of you will help.
So, if I understand it correctly, it's mostly for lonely people, but also other people can attract to the platform.
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
Yes, you're welcome.
Yeah, I do have a question.
Yes.
What I really like about your idea is that you actually make one person's life a little bit better. But to what extent do you think people will fill in their right feeling and not say exaggerate or yes, I feel quite lonely, but they are not lonely at all? Or so. Yes. Do you have any experience on that?
Yes, I've talked to people and they already said it's hard being honest, right? And it's kind of a personal question. Somebody asking or, an app asking, how do you feel? Because many people aren't usually honest if people ask that. But I made the prototype video. I don't know if you have seen it, but there are a lot of emotions and feelings, and you can actually see them in categories. So it's just visualizing it and looking at it and just picking one. So maybe that's easier than filling in an entire box with your feelings, if you understand what I'm saying.
Nice.
A question now I have based on your answers to our questions, which we discussed as the jury. But initially, when we read your proposal, we thought, well, it's another app. And it's another community that then will meet through the app. Now, the nice thing about it, we felt, was you have done your research or based your product on research focused on loneliness, which we do hardly understand in these years, but also as students and also for the target group you're mentioning. But now then we had a question, yeah, if you only meet with other lonely people, might be nice, but also might be a little sad. Now you're saying, but we also might expand into other emotions. But then we're back into that general community of which there is a few already. So how do you distinguish from the other existing community apps then?
Well, there are a lot of existing apps already and a lot of community apps, and many of them are not doing well. Maybe that's because it's hard to find a community and build from...
No, you can finalize your answer, sure.
All right, and build from that. And a lot of apps, they market through pictures, being the best version of yourself, and those apps are doing really great. But I think You Feel Me is just really authentic. It's about you and who you are, and many apps do not have the best interest of people. They sell data and they see them as products, and in that way, You Feel Me is quite unique, in my opinion.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow. So now, how are you going to make your mind up? I mean, it's not comparable. I mean, the Zeearend with focus and you feel me, it's so different. But yes, impactful it all is. And that's what you told us, that you would focus on impact. You asked questions on this subject, and I think they answered it quite well.
I think the quality of the answers was really good.
Yeah. Okay, so you have something to talk about now. So I'll send you back again. Will you stay with us, or you will go with it? You will stay, because it's up to them. And then later on, it's Edward who will reveal the winner. Thank you. Have a good deliberation. Yeah. And then now, from the 8, we have those 3 finalists. And now the other 5, they might think that they go home empty-handed, but that is not the case, because I can tell you that you will all receive a free legal consultation hour with Hello Lex. So that, together with all the skills you did learn so far, we cannot say you're empty-handed, can we? So that is already great, and you took your spotlight here today, which was great. Now, in a moment, we will learn about the finalists from the Business Ready Award. But yes, he is back, our regional minister from the province of Noord-Brabant, because you are delivering a little keynote address to us, and we are looking forward to that. Because we know that you feel that these kinds of events with these young and ambitious people is so important. So please, take the floor. Martijn.
Great, thank you very much. Well, it's great to be here. Like I mentioned at the introduction, it's great to be here back. Because I worked here for about 15 years or so, and I really was inspired when I worked here that the students gained knowledge, of course, but also gained the soft competences and entrepreneurial competences. And it was very pleasant to work here. And as a regional minister of innovation, you think about how can we bring the economy and innovation even further? Who do we need for the future, for the innovation? And that are the smart minds that are studying in our universities, in our applied universities. And they are really appreciated that they bring innovation and great inventions, great solutions for our societal challenges. And we have gained, or should I say not we as a province, but especially the students and the education institutions have invented and developed challenge-based learning and challenge-based entrepreneurship. And that is really, I think, one of the great developments that we have here at our universities. So also for the 3rd time here in Tilburg University, that we have challenge-based competition and challenge-based learning and challenge-based entrepreneurship. Because we really need that multidisciplinary teams, multidisciplinary solutions to find those solutions for our societal challenges. And so I really insisted to come back here today at my alma mater to encourage you all to really participate in those challenge-based competitions. Because that's why we have and find the solutions for those societal challenges. And we have to facilitate that as a regional government. Because then we have some wins, and not only that we have great solutions for those societal challenges, but we also want to facilitate that you develop your business after that here in our region, so that you have your customers really close to your chest, that you can work, live here in our region, that you can co-create with other businesses, with your like-minded entrepreneurs, and build an ecosystem. And that is why we really want to facilitate every education institution to build some challenge-based competition, so that it's a portal to become that entrepreneur. It's a portal to become residents in our province. It's a portal to live in prosperity in the North Brabant region. And that is the real challenge for us as a government, regional government, that we can facilitate that and find the solutions for the societal challenges. Work together in a team, work together between teams, work together with the bigger companies that we already have. And that's why, I mentioned that before, that's why we are the, well, number 2 at this moment, like Brigitte said in the start, but we really want and need and have the responsibility to become the number 1 economic and innovative region in the Netherlands. And so I'm very pleased to be here, and I'm very anxious to wait to see your ideas become great businesses with the solutions for our societal challenges. But it's also always, I think, 2 sides to the story, business and societal challenges. I think that is why you want to put your time in it, put sweat, blood and tears in it, and feel the endurance to complete your mission. That is, I think, that's why we really want to get you here and have you stay here. And I'm looking forward to it. And I will think that I'm really gonna use some ideas myself, for perhaps for an application to, well, for instance, well, perhaps a haircut or something like that. But I can use that perhaps. But I really look forward to the vibrance that you bring along, not only now, not this afternoon, but for the next 5 to 10 years when you, well, are already alumni of this great university. So thank you very much. Looking forward to the next phase, and hope to see you all again.
Wonderful, thank you. And please be seated. Yeah. Yes, I will take this back. Yes, you can, yeah, there you go. Because the jury, you came back, so please take your seats, I would suggest. And yes, how true this is, the way the regional minister is emphasizing on the fact that this generation, you are so promising for the future and also for the economic development of a region like the North Brabant province is. Yeah, so how did it go? Harold, was it okay? Was it tough?
We fought a lot.
Did you?
Yes, you do.
Oh.
Can't you see?
Yeah. That's always a mystery a little bit. They always say it was difficult, and then I always doubt. I said, is it true? But yeah, I believe you on your word. And maybe, Chair, may I invite you to announce the 2 finalists in the Business Ready category?
I got 2 names, so you did a great job. The first one that can enter the stage for the Q&A is Mindful Sprint.
Ooh, Mindful Sprint is number 1.
Congratulations on that one. And the second and final one is Soft Skill Movement.
Soft Skill Movement. Oh, wow. Soft Skill Movement. So what shall we do? That we start with Mindful Sprint, maybe? Yeah. That's what you would suggest? Then please step forward. Oh, yes. Mindful Sprint. How to use technology effectively and help people manage their time on social media and their phones better. That was what it was all about. Do you remember? Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I have one question. Of course, we all see the problem, and you have found a solution, the trading. But what kind of possible solutions did you test it in the market to come and to iterate towards the trading? Of course, maybe there are other solutions as well. Can you elaborate on that?
First of all, technological companies themselves try to prove themselves caring about us. So you all know that iPhone has a screen time and you can manage your notifications and everything else. So the company is trying to do it themselves, and it's the first way. But it does not work if you are not mindful of what you are doing. You have these functions, but not a lot of people use them. Some people are completely not aware of them. and someone just do not know how to use them. So it's also part of just saying people, yeah, you can use it in this way and in this way if you have these problems.
Maybe another question. First of all, I think you're addressing a big problem, because I can imagine that sometimes, well, technology should be like supportive to our lives, but sometimes it takes over our lives. So I think you're addressing a good problem, and I also think that you are right. You wrote in your business case that mind health is even important as physical health. So I think you made a good point there. But can you validate your training? Does it work? After those 3 weeks, maybe you're a month later, does it still work? Because to be addictive to digital habits, it's very difficult.
First, I did the training live, so I validated the state of digital health before the training, straight afterwards, and 3 months afterwards. It's not enough because it's still short time, but I didn't have more yet. Second, it's the same as training physically. You cannot just go for a gym for a month and then will be fit for the rest of your life. It doesn't work like that. But once you did it for the first time, it will be easier for you to stay healthy and to keep training. So it's not a run that you can do like once. You need to be caring about it all the time. But that can be a first step just to raise awareness and to understand how you can actually keep yourself digitally healthy.
But it's on your rider, so you want to evaluate this to get proven knowledge.
Yes, yes, yes.
And with that in mind, please elaborate a bit about your business model on the next stages then. How is your business model and your business plan for those next stages?
Mm-hmm. So like now I want to create a training just for people, for all of you on the educational platform. And I see at least 2 further steps that I can make. First is the B2B sector, so trainings for companies. They already exist similar training programs and similar workshops, but I can use my knowledge and I can use my expertise to talk to companies. I already talked to some of the companies. I see interest there. And the next stage can be children or parents with children, because it's something that really scares me, how children now use technology. So like 2-year-old child know how to use tablet better than your mother knows how to use tablet. And it's something we need to take care of, how children will deal with technology. So the next opportunity is to have the target group of parents.
That's an important thing and an interesting thing, because I received your business plan, I discussed it with my kids, and we all said we recognize the problem, but I have 2 sons from 16 years and 13 years. They do not recognize the problem. So how you're going to attract your customers and how you're going to convince that part of generations which are a bit younger than myself?
Yeah, it's a very good question, and it's the biggest challenge. First, I even didn't mention teenagers, because that's going to be the hardest group to tackle. And second, I will start with people who already know that they have a problem, at least people who recognize it. Of course, the most important will be to help people who even do not recognize they have a problem. But for that, I just need help from medical institutions, from governments, from bigger institutions. So I will start with people who already know that they want to change something in their life, and then I can proceed to bigger problem, just really to change the world, but I need to do it step by step.
Just the last 10 seconds. How are you going to, from a governmental point of view, take care of the algorithms that you will, of course, develop to improve...
Please continue.
Yeah, to improve the services for your clients and your future clients. How do you conduct with the algorithms that you certainly will develop?
But first, for now, I do not think of using an algorithm. I only need support from educational perspective, how to produce a program very good in educational way. And so, yeah, if you can rephrase your question, I'm not sure I get what algorithm you're talking about.
Well, to improve your services for the future, for not only the first timers, but perhaps the second timers, so that you really can gain services to be personalized and that's why you need the learning algorithms to facilitate the best services for your personal clients. And that's why algorithms will come up, I think. If not now, I think in the future when you scale up. And what do you think what kind of conditions that you want to build in as a company that facilitates the good algorithms and that your clients and potential clients know what kind of algorithms you use?
Yeah, to help people understand what algorithms are used, like we need to make sure that it's transparent what data we use to make decisions. So we will have I'm imagining now, like a questionnaire and like a scale on like how to measure your digital health, and then we adjust first based on this, and then we need to just say like, yeah, of course, like you provided us your Facebook account, so now we will use data from your Facebook because like we know your behavior not only from the words you tell us, but from your exact behavior. It actually may help a lot, but we just need to make it transparent so people know what data is used. I think it's the biggest problem in machine learning and in AI is that people do not understand what is behind. So I will start from that.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you so very much. Well done. I would say good questions, but also very insightful information, which was replied to you to give you more background of the idea. So then now we go, chair of the jury, to soft skill movement, don't we? The gamified recruitment based on serious games as a solution to match a company to the right job candidate and reduce hiring bias. Yes, step on the floor. Wow.
Hello.
Welcome. Who would like to start?
Yeah, well, I kick off. I do the kickoff. Well, we saw the information that you already won a prize last year.
Yes.
And from ideation to business ready to scale up, the speed in progress is very important. And
so what is very important?
How you progress.
Oh, yeah.
And in your business ideas, in your business case, in everything, in building up a team. Progress and speed is very important. So we had a question that in relation to last year when you won that prize in The Hague, from up to now, can you say something about the progress that you made in building soft skill management?
Yeah, so the soft skill movement, we built it, well, we won the prize of the best idea of the future-proof maatschappelijke diensttijdprogramma in Den Haag. We also won a training from Ernst & Young back then, and so we were working with a consultant that helped us a little bit with what is exactly our market, like what do we want to focus on, because back then we were trying to, well actually like our idea was focused on individuals, but now we have switched to providing a solution for companies, for HR managers, just because you can generate insight into soft skills for an individual, but you also need to have the company that realizes that they have to put emphasis on the soft skills as well. So instead of focusing on the person, we are trying to focus on the labor market and on the structure. So that's the progress that we've made so far. Also developed a functional design of how we want to give shape to the different modules that we're trying to implement. Yeah.
I'm one of those companies. Yeah. And I speak to a lot of companies, and I really recognize your problem.
Yeah.
It's
that's good.
Yeah, it's a difficult market. The labor market is very competitive, so it's very good to keep your employees instead of hiring again and again and again.
Yeah.
But there's also a question about it, because what makes you better than your competitors? Because I was reading your plan, and you especially wrote there that you don't have the knowledge to make apps, etc.
Yeah.
You have a limited budget, and one of your biggest competitors has a budget of 2 million and an own staff to develop.
Yeah, that's true.
So what's your USP?
Yeah, well, our USP is that, of course, we use gamified assessment, but especially we focus on small and medium-sized enterprises in the Netherlands to help them put their recruitment to the next level. Because what we've seen is that especially like these smaller companies, like, I mean, of course we don't need to talk to Shell or Heineken about gamified recruitment because they have the money to develop these things themselves. And so what we can do is then focus indeed on like the smaller, medium-sized businesses where you have maybe 1 or 2 people working in HR. They sometimes also do like marketing tasks. They have a lot of things to do every day, so they don't have the time necessarily or the knowledge to kind of educate themselves on the side about the importance of soft skills. And what differentiates us also from our competitors is then that Equalture is the competitor that you're referring to. They are really focused on startups and scale-ups. So you can see on their website also they're very focused on like people that have to hire a lot, and they also charge per user, which we don't. So it's like we want to sell our product based on a license for 6 months, and then you can hire as many people as you want. But Equalture charges per user.
Okay, so you have a very specific target group, and you have a very specific way you want to earn your money. But then still, my question counts, what makes you more competitive?
Well, I think also the pricing. Because if you like look at, I mean, obviously we have looked at the website of Equalture, and because they use the pricing per user instead of a 6-month license, it just becomes inaccessible to a lot of the companies that we are trying to help. So I think that's what eventually is going to give us a competitive edge. Like, we're not going to undersell our product or what we are trying to deliver, but we're going to make it accessible, especially like, for the small and medium-sized companies in Holland.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
One last question from my side.
Yes.
As you write yourself, you have little knowledge of fundraising and financing.
Yeah.
You have no knowledge of IT or developing games.
Yeah.
So how about your team? How are you going to expand your team and, in the next stages?
Yeah. Well, the next step is, of course, to...
You may finalize your answer, of course.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So after the validation phase, which we're going to enter now, we're definitely going to sit with a developer. So that's definitely on the list, which is probably going to be very hard to find with the people shortage at the moment. But so it's definitely going to be a developer. But I think it would also be nice to have expertise, maybe from a learning and development expert, to really make sure that these modules add the value that we're promising. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you so very much. Well done. I have the feeling you felt more comfortable by answering the questions than delivering the pitch. That is true, huh? That's often, when it comes to the content, people feel more comfortable and more relaxed, and just showing their pitch, that is quite difficult. Now, it is up to you to decide the winner of this year's Tilburg University Challenge when it comes to business ready category. So I'll kindly invite you to leave the room and to do your work. And I saw you coming back already, jury. Did you make up your mind yet? Wow, they did it very fast. That is great. And maybe I forgot to tell you so far what the winner of the business ready category will receive. Do you want to know, finalists? Shall I repeat it just once? A workspace at the Iconic Incubator for a whole year. PR support and marketing and by the Marketing and Communications Department of the Tilburg University. Then guidance by a business developer of Tilburg University. Then a 2-month subscription to legal documents provider HaloLex. And finally, 3,000 euros. That would be great, huh? Okay, now, because we would like to give some time, I don't know how much time they will need, of course, for their deliberation on who will be the finalist, the winner for the business ready category, but I don't know, maybe who was attending last year, maybe via the stream, there was only a stream, and then maybe you met the winners. That was in the Ideation category. It was won by Anouk van Anrooy and Daniel Gelsing with their project Anda. And that was a beverage that is made of 100% natural origin. And I think that one of them is here with us. And the Business Ready category award and Audience Award. Both of them went to Freek van Litsenburg from Bigger Picture Clothing. And he sells sustainable clothing with social impact attached to this. So I think that Daniel and Freek, that you are with us. Is that true? Yeah? Then please step forward, because it would be fun to meet you and to hear what has happened since you won. Yeah, those are the winners from last year. Daniel, hi there. Hi. And Freek.
Hi, yeah.
Yeah, it's great to meet you. Please step forward a little bit. So, now tell me, it was last year that the two of you were standing on stage. That was a different situation because it was all online. Now, do you relive a little bit the moment of last year?
Yeah, like the song that you had when you walked up, we definitely missed the song. So that song should stay, but yeah, I definitely relive some of the moments. Also, a large part of the jury is the same. So it's good to see everyone and a lot of energy from the pitches. So yeah, nice to be back.
Yeah. Did you enjoy it as well here?
Yeah, I think you get the excitement again, right? So you kind of feel like you are one of the teams being ready, and yeah, you really get that excitement and the adrenaline in your body, very much so.
So you were happy and enjoying this afternoon so far?
Yeah, that's very much so.
Yeah. Now tell me, Daniel, what have you been doing last year? What happened? Because you won in that ideation category with that beverage. Yeah. 100% natural. Tell me, what happened? Do you have a big business now?
Yes. Well, that's up to you. But yeah, so what pretty much happened from there is that we were exploring the idea of this beverage, and then we actually saw with some of our partners that there's a much bigger problem going on, and that is that we as a society are addicted to sugar in every form. So there's sugar in our bread, there's sugar in our crisps, there's sugar in our cookies. There's everywhere there's sugar. Yeah. There are some solutions in the forms of sugar substitutes, but they don't always work out well. So what we want to do is we want to create a sugar substitute called erythritol. It has no calories. The problem is erythritol already exists, but often it now comes from China, and we don't know the origins apart from that it just comes from that country. So what we try to do is we try to create a factory in Helmond where we will, from waste materials, we'll create erythritol, which, for example, companies like Coca-Cola, but also local companies can use to make sure that we have sugar in there that feels good, but is safe and is healthy.
Yeah. Does it look like stevia?
So it's stevia is so the problem with
because
stevia.
Because that's also natural.
Yes, and it's a substitute. The problem is a lot of stevia is actually made chemically. They say but it's made chemically. And if you consume too much stevia, it actually hurts your stomach quite a bit, and you can actually need to go to the toilet quite a bit. That is not the case with erythritol. Plus, stevia has some calories in it, and erythritol has none at all.
I love that idea. Yeah, no calories at all. Now tell me, what happened with you, with your beautiful project about your clothes?
Yeah, well, a lot, to be really short. No, it was really like a bumpy ride, to say the least, from the moment we won with the pitch, of course, until now. And what happened? Yeah, basically we just kept failing a lot and bumping my head into everything that could be bumped upon, but also succeeding in so many ways. So we had some collaborations. We filmed a documentary which has just been published.
Give us in 2-3 words what your project was about, because maybe people do not know it all.
Yeah, so basically we try to make the selling and designing of clothing items transparent by having it both being sustainable on the input side and being social / environmentally beneficial in the output side. So a part of your money goes directly to a noble cause, but you also, as a customer, get to see, like, both in text, video, and images, like, this has happened from my purchase.
Yeah, exactly. So bumpy road, that's what you tell us since the year passed by, and you say we. Who's we?
We is basically me and my laptop. So.
Oh yes, that's the man-machine teaming in itself. The machine, which is a human being almost.
No,
yeah.
I have to give credits to some people, but it's basically like I am the only one that is in the company, but there are a lot of people that are helping. So I got a guy who is doing a lot of web development when it gets really, really like high mathematics, or for me like That's
You
not my
cannot do
specialty.
all by
No.
yourself. I mean, you do not have the skill set, I can imagine, what you need if it's a new business.
I sometimes try to have, but then then I get to know really quickly that I don't have it, and I think it's always good to get help and ask for help. And I can say it now, but that's one of the hardest
Yeah.
thing for me.
I can imagine. Tell me, what will happen with you and your idea for next year? What would you expect?
Yeah, so pretty much for next year, we're actually working towards building a process. So this, of course, setting up a factory takes a bit of time. And with our partners from Bodek in Helmond, they're actually going to develop the process. And we hope within a year to be pretty much done and have the ingredient ready. And then, well, storm the sugar market, basically.
This is so fast. I mean, we were talking with you about the ideation category. You weren't even business ready, and now you tell us that within a year or two you have a product which you can just send to the market?
Yes, but nevertheless, in the end, the whole process took 3 years, and I wanted it to be done as every entrepreneur within a few months, but that just is not possible. But indeed, we hope to be there in a year or two.
Yeah. And now, with whom are you working at this moment, except for the partner in
Yeah,
Helmond?
so of course I'm working with Anouk, and we're working with the Rabobank at the moment, and FoodTech Brainport, which is in Bodek, also owns part of FoodTech Brainport. We're actually also in the Food Forward program of Rabobank to make sure we can accelerate the food transition.
Yeah.
So those are our partners.
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. And what will happen next year with you? Do you have any plans?
Yeah, definitely. So the main thing on the horizon would be after summer that finally our second collection would be launched with new projects, new clothing items, and a new way of doing things, which everybody will hopefully get to know more of soon via social media, etc. And we are more and more looking also into working together with businesses as well. So it's also a funny thing, because I've been speaking a lot with Daniel today about it, of also selling clothing items B2B as either corporate gifting, or there are so many ways which we can make use of selling businesses as well. So there are a lot of things happening, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, you will continue on this path.
Definitely.
And how
definitely.
helpful has it been, just for the information and the sake of the winner who is not knowing yet that he or she will be the winner, but you got quite some assistance, because that's what all this challenge is about. You got some money and some experts advising you. How valuable has that been?
Very valuable. It is in multiple ways. So first of all, the money is just instantly valuable, because there is always a need for more money in the beginning of investing things. Second of all, I'm with Karen in a beautiful office room, which also helps a lot to escape my really messy student improvised office room. And with the advisory, it's more like you get advisory on things that you can't work out yourself, but you also get advisory on things that you thought you did correctly. But then after getting more advisory, you see, like, I can even improve on that. So in general terms, it just elevates your way of doing business, I think. Yeah. And that has definitely helped so much that,
Now, Daniel, we were when we started this challenge ceremony this afternoon, we said, of course, Tilburg University is educating young people, not just by giving them courses, but also trying to develop their entrepreneurial mindset. Now, how would you describe, what does that mean, in fact, an entrepreneurial mindset, being young as you all are here?
Well, it's actually a good question. So I'm actually also a PhD student at this university, and we try to, within the department, we also try to answer exactly this question. Like, how can we bring an entrepreneurial mindset to students within the framework of academia? And I think for us, it's a way of thinking. It's a way of solving problems. Everybody has their own ideas, but it's the way you tackle the problems and the skill sets that you gain that academia can actually help you with. To be inquisitive and to be creative with how you think, and ready to fail. So if you have an idea, be ready to pivot, be ready to get a completely different idea if you find facts to the contrary. And I think that is exactly what academia is all about, but it's also what business is all about.
Yeah, true. Now, is there anybody maybe who has questions or remarks, something that you say, well, now they are here, I would like to know this or that? Because I have a funny thing here, the so-called catch box. I can throw to you, and you will then be able to talk, because there's a microphone in it. Is there anybody who would like to ask a question to one of these two bright guys? Yeah, maybe one of the students over there? Because you might be on their path. You never know. You never know. Yeah, okay. I just throw it, you catch it. Great.
What would you say was like the biggest or most important first step from like the idea phase to actually, you know, getting a working sort of business running?
Maybe firstly, yeah.
Yeah, so I would say like also on the university there is a lot of focus on validating your idea first, and I do definitely see the value of it, and I definitely think that that is very essential. But I also believe that at a certain point you should just say like the odds are against me, because they always seem to be in the beginning, but just like F it, and I just go for it, and I just step outside, I walk into a clothing store, for example, and just say, hey, I got 5 t-shirts, you want to try to sell them, I don't want any euro for it, and just like bounce on some doors and just like get out of there and just try to do something. Because like whenever you start in today's economy, in my opinion, there is always someone trying to do the same thing, and the odds always seem to be like against you. So when you have to be a little bit optimistic and just step out of the door and do something.
And avid. I had never heard it. It's certainly your way of talking. I love it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just do it. Be active, proactive. Yeah. Do not hesitate. That is wonderful. Yeah. Other questions? Maybe to these young entrepreneurs here on stage. Yes. It is okay, but then, you have to, otherwise we will not be able to hear you.
I think my question is for Daniel. So with the idea that you came up, I would imagine it's like, how much time did you put into research for this? Because I would imagine this kind of a industry is heavily, like a lot of people are getting into this, you know, a lot of people are getting into like health and fitness and how to reduce calories. You have competition from so many different, I don't know, sides. So in terms of just research and just thinking about the solution, how much time would you put in?
Yeah, this is actually an excellent question, so thank you. So yeah, there's this African proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And that's pretty much how we went through the research. We have our partners from Food at Brainport and Bodek, and they have been already for 20 or 25 years working through sugar substitutes, and working with, okay, how can we actually process these type of ingredients and work with waste material to actually produce something that's highly valorized, which has more value. So we did a lot of research on this, but I am no biochemist. I'm a PhD here at the management department. I'm no biochemist. But we have in our network people who are, and they can actually supply us with the knowledge that we need. So I know my product. I know what it is. I know what it does. If you want to know the chemical complications, that's why we have our partners. So that's exactly what we need. We work together in a cluster, in an ecosystem, and that's how we solve the problems, basically.
Oh. Nice question and insightful answer, but also another question, because you are operating in a market which is highly competitive, and I can imagine that the lobby in this business is very, very severe and very, very strong. So how do you think you can get a position within those big forces?
Yeah, so yeah, another good question. So we actually already have some customers, people who actually say, okay, because it used to be the situation that we would only focus on price. We have a sugar substitute, it should be as low as possible price-wise. But now, the past few years, actually it's been shifting towards its price, and it's a part of sustainability. And this exactly is where we come in. Yeah. We cannot be the cheapest, because if you go to China, you're going to find a sugar substitute that's cheaper. That is the way it is. But we can make sure that our erythritol, you know where it comes from, and you actually know that it's made from waste material. It's made in Helmond from local ingredients, and it will go back in the local community.
Yeah. So that 100% transparency would make you, it gives you your unique selling point in this way. Yeah. So looking forward to the future, Freek.
Definitely. Yeah. I also the development of a new collection can also sometimes be very frustrating with manufacturers not doing exactly what you ask them to do and the other way around. So it can get a little bit impatient sometimes. But now finally things are getting aligned like really good, and yeah, I just really can't wait to both launch the product but also the marketing campaigns on the side of it. So
okay, yeah. And when time-wise, when can we expect this launch, and also the launch of the collection, but the launch of the marketing campaign as well?
Yeah, so if I've learned one thing from all my mistakes, then
Never
it is
tell a
to
date.
not give a date when you don't know of it surely.
Okay, a
So
year. Tell me a year.
It will be this year. So
Wow.
after the summer.
Congratulations to the two of you. You did great. And thank you for being with us. Hartstikke mooi. En Freek. Great. Oh, you all came back. You made up your minds. So this is the moment that we are going to reveal the winners. And Edward is already in. Do you have golden envelopes in your hand? Or is it? Yeah, you have. Oh, and there are even 3. That is great. But we are going to start maybe with the audience award, worth, as we said earlier, €500. So, Catherine Williamson from the organization here of the Tilburg University Challenge, welcome here on stage and give us a short introduction and also reveal the winner, please.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes. It's the 3rd time that I'm organizing this Tilburg University Challenge, and it is great to finally have people to actually talk to, because last time, well, we had a couple finalists in the room with us, a couple jury members, which was great, of course, but really nice to also see the partners here, because you have a big influence on the competition. So I do want to thank all of the students, all of the partners, all of the jury members, as well as Iconic, for all of their support throughout the past months, and my colleagues at Soapbox for making this beautiful event happen. And of course, also the viewers at home. Thank you. So I'll move up a bit because I know that there is a big check coming for the winner of the Audience Award. And yes, the Audience Award is indeed €500, and I hope that you can use it very well in the coming months for the development of your project. And I would like to announce that with 146 votes, the winner of the Audience Award is Eternal Books.
Eternal Books! Wow, congratulations! Please step forward. Wow, congratulations to the two of you. This is the team from Eternal Books. Yes.
Thank you very much for everybody who voted us, for our friends and family, and mostly for all the students who want cheap books.
Yes, which is so great. And you were the first to deliver a pitch.
Yes.
So you really did a great job, and you won the Audience Award.
Yes, I did a really good job. I wish I would have done better, but...
Well, how do you mean better? You won.
Oh, yes.
I mean, really? So, what will you do with those €500, would you think?
We want to do our test run with a small stock of books and to see how it's happening. And we just invest this money into buying some books.
Okay,
so we can start
great.
next year.
Now, let's have a wonderful paparazzi moment
Take
for
your
a picture.
check. Yes.
Just, Catherine, stand with them, with the picture. Give them the flowers, maybe, because this will be fun. Yeah.
Here. Yes.
Look. Now
Beautiful.
there they go. Wonderful.
Such beautiful flowers.
Yes. Congratulations. Please stay with us here.
Yes.
Stay with us on stage, because from here we will continue. Thank you very much, Catherine.
Thank you very much.
Well done. And then we have the awards. Edward van der Pol, we do need you. This is the moment. We have been working to, yes, for the ideation and the business ready category. So I think you will start with the ideation, or
Yes,
what's the idea?
But I first have to start with, again, a big thank you to the jury, of course, to our partners, of course, to the organization, Soapbox, the Iconic team, Nathalie, Ilse, Karen, a big thank you. But, of course, the biggest thank you to the student teams, and a lot of respect. What a show it was this afternoon, how great job you delivered here on stage. And that's exactly what we mean by in Iconic with business where society benefits. That's what you showed us this afternoon.
Wonderful.
And of course, the winners, but all finalists here can contact Karen Lanning to proceed with your idea to make it a real business out of it.
So nobody leaves the room empty-handed, one
Nobody.
could say. Okay, now you...
Now we start.
Yes.
Yes? It's so exciting. I have to come to the jury.
Yeah.
Because they have to explain something extra to me. So, here we go. There's a card in it. There's a name on it. The winner of the ideation category is Focus.
They did it! Congratulations, girls! Oh, I wish the fourth member of the team would be there, but well, she's maybe following you via the stream. Yeah.
Congratulations very much. There's a small word from the jury to you. The reason for winning is it's an innovative idea, well validated and well thought through, close to the frontier of science.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Now, those are more beautiful sentences. Oh. You did great. Yeah, congratulations. 2,000 euros, a good support, beautiful flowers, eternal success.
Say hi to Jos, who's watching from the live stream.
Oh, Jos.
He's a fourth member. Jos, we see you.
Do you see her? Yeah, great. Please step over there. And then the final business-ready category of 2022 Tilburg University Challenge.
Because it's already said this afternoon, and you asked it, for good ideas, for good business, there's always money for it. So we start with it today. That was the first check. And then the check of 3,000 euro for the winner of the business-ready category. Another card. Another name. Mindful Sprint.
Mindful Sprint, the winner of the business idea. This is ready.
The biggest check for you, and flowers, of course, and also a word from the jury. It's quite a bit, so I take the time for it. If it's too long, it takes too long, you can put it on the ground.
Yeah.
So, the jury said, you have a clear business idea, a clear business plan, and a really good roadmap for it. You're addressing a social problem which is growing. You brought it to execute, you tested it and validated it. That's why you're really business ready. So, you gave great answers, you had a very good pitch with confidence, and it's already in your name. You are building a real business built in sprints. Congratulations.
Congratulations, yes, to you. Wonderful. Maybe we will have a nice picture taken here. Yeah. This is important. And then please come here, because then we have a final picture of all winners of 2022 taken together with Edward. And then I am going to thank you that you were with us here this afternoon to be part of the Tilburg University Challenge 2022. And I thank you so much for being with us via the live stream. And I would like to suggest you all keep on going with the good work. As said, you have no empty hands. You did a great job. You will have the support you will need. And, well, hopefully, we will meet next year. And sorry to tell you, for those following us via the live stream, but we do have a network party, an after party with a DJ and a cocktail bar and nice drinks. So we are going to celebrate, and I wish you, wherever you are in the world, a beautiful weekend. Thanks once more for joining. Congratulations once more, and a final round of applause for the winners of the Tilburg University Challenge 2022. Thank you. And thank you, jury. You did great. Let's party. Well done. Yeah. Let's have a party. you.